What's going on, my brothers?
What on?
Hey, y'all, man. Been a minute, bro. Doesn't feel that long, but I think it's been like a month and a half at least.
Felt like 10 years to me, Dylan. I'm ready for this.
It went by quick for me. But that's because like work's been just hectic, dude. But good to be here, man. Back for Horror Fest 2024, my man. And yeah, bro, I saw that ending of your stream. I love that logo. I love that pumpkin head. I think it's awesome. My favorite.
Yeah, we got to get the shirt up, man. I've been behind, man. I got to get the shirt ready. Should have been ready already, man.
That's my favorite one. You're gonna put that pumpkin guy in the front, right?
Oh yeah. His name is Pumpkin McBunkins. Is his name?
That's my favorite character you've done.
Well, we can thank Verno for that one. Verno created that character, so
yeah, that one's dope. I love the fucking pumpkin. I've always been a huge pumpkin head guy. So. Sick, bro. So yeah, I would if I had to take a little break. Otherwise, I'd have done Alien last week, and then I was gonna intro into Alien Romulus. But since we didn't do that, I'll have to get to Aliens at some point because I gotta review that 4K that I got too. Plus that In Search of Darkness company, they got an Aliens documentary coming out, which I didn't buy, but I'd like to check it out. So this will be definitely a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen Alien Romulus, I would definitely recommend checking it out and then coming back, especially if you're a big Alien fan. If not, you can just stay and bullshit with us.
Yeah, it's been out for over a week. So
yeah, that's why I wanted to give it some time.
Yeah. Why are you going to go see The Crow before you watch Alien Romulus? That's my question. So
Right. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Alien fan. I even really dig like Prometheus. Covenant I definitely like, but I love Prometheus. That one I remember do at first. And then I went back after Covenant and I just fell in love with Prometheus after because I really didn't understand it. And after watching some videos and kind of figuring out what he was trying to do, I really fell in love with Prometheus. I really wish we could have got that third one. I would have liked to just see what his original plan was, because if everyone kind of complained that there was no aliens or whatever in Prometheus, so then he made Covenant and tried to do his life trilogy thing or whatever, and then make the fans happy with adding more aliens, and they still, I feel like, complained. And I actually thought that one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Covenant works actually.
Yeah, me too.
And it gets better the more you watch it, I think.
I agree, dude. And I actually was rewatching those, and I was showing my chick like Alien, or she's never seen them. I don't think, at least maybe Alien. So I showed her Prometheus, Covenant, and like in the actual timeline order. But yeah, I dig the fuck out of this, and I was definitely excited when Fede Alvarez was gonna take it back to the horror roots, even though I'm a big fan of like the sci-fi life aspect of how these perfect organisms started. But I love Fede Alvarez, man. I love his Evil Dead. He always, he's a big horror fan, so it's always a good one. But I tell you, man. So Scarpad and I, we probably saw this like what, a week and a half, day one. I think we saw it Thursday, opening night, and I think Scarpad originally liked it a lot better than I did. I kind of was really disappointed in it. Like, I didn't hate it, but I just was expecting a lot more from Fede. Like, I kind of thought the violence or the gore was a little weak. It took a lot to get into. I wasn't that crazy about the characters. I do really like the main girl. The main girl was really good in it. So I gave it a second watch recently, and after like kind of diving into the other movies, because I recently rewatched Prometheus, Covenant, Alien, and Aliens. I didn't get to Alien 3 or 4. I kind of blocked those ones out a little bit, but I did want to go back to Resurrection because of what happens at the end of this, with the newborn. And me and Scarpa were talking about that. So he thought, I forget what he said originally, and I was like, no, that's like them kind of going back and trying to do a newborn. You know what I mean?
I still think it's a little like the engineers from Prometheus.
Yeah, that's what it was that you said. That's what it was.
Mixed with the baby stuff and 4.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, because I did hear too that Fede, like, he didn't really dive into any.
But basically, it was just what we watching it again today was just an alien mixed with a baby, is all it was.
Well, it's intentional that it looks like an engineer. Like that is,
yeah,
right.
I think so. Yeah,
I think he had that in the back of his mind.
In my theater though, that got like a gasp, and I was like, really? I'm like, because at first I saw the egg, and then you see like the little baby face, and I'm like, oh my god, this is too.
Yeah, I mean, originally I was a little disappointed that Fede Alvarez didn't really amp it up a little bit with Evil Dead and really go more to the horror and the gore. But then, thinking about it, no, he's probably a big Alien fan. He probably wanted to keep the vibe similar to what the movies were.
I think so.
And Ridley Scott was a producer on this, so
yeah,
he probably could only go. Ridley Scott did pick Fede Alvarez to direct this.
Yeah, I guess he anchors it though and says that this is a fantastic film, and it's a. I think I just if you go from Evil Dead, which obviously two totally different things, but I just thought like he was gonna ramp this up a little bit, and they kept saying, "Oh, it's going back to the horror roots," and all that. So I thought like he was gonna add his spin, but I guess he was trying to be like true to the world, and I get that, so I kind of had maybe I just had a little bit too high hopes for the horror aspect. And I just wasn't that crazy about the characters, honestly. But on second watch, I do like the girl. I do somewhat like that guy with like the bandana that's smoking all the time and shitting on the robot. But he's just, once he like rips his girl, like
the girl and the brother, I thought were the two best.
Everybody, he kind of pisses me off. But I really like the guy, the girl, and the robot. Those were the best. And I thought they did, because we always get, ever since David, we always get these pretty good robot stories. And I thought his robot, like this synthetic story, was really unique, of him like being kind of like a newborn baby or something, like a little kid. Like he can't really function right, and she can't leave him alone.
Well, he was broken.
Right. Or but he's not like right, and she's like really taking care of him since she lost her parents. She calls him his brother and all this, but
the
like
father
she
brought him
can't even
home.
like leave him alone for a second, basically, without him, But I thought once he gets that chip, that was pretty cool, and he starts ramping it up a little bit.
Getting with the company plan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was surprised. I thought maybe we get like a little Guy Ritchie appearance as Wayland or something, but you get none of that. I even heard people talk like, oh, they thought we'd get like a Ripley appearance, and maybe floating through space or something.
You mean Lance Henriksen, right? Was it Lance Henriksen that was Wayland?
No, Guy Ritchie.
Guy Pearce was Wayland. Lance Henriksen was Bishop.
Guy Pearce.
Oh, that's right.
Guy Pearce was Wayland, though, wasn't he?
Well, okay, that's right.
Yeah, Guy Pearce is Wayland.
Does anybody else play Wayland in the older ones?
I don't think you ever saw him until Prometheus, right?
Well, you know what? You know why I thought of that? Because wasn't Lance Henriksen playing Wayland in one of the Alien versus Predator movies? Remember
I never saw those movies, dude.
Really?
I've never seen any of the AVPs.
Yeah, they break into a temple, and when they show Wayland, it's Lance Henriksen. Yeah.
Jeez, they had to put him in another one, didn't they?
It was the first. Whatever. It was the first AVP movie.
Yeah, I see that he is in it. Let me see.
Yeah. The Guy Pearce played him in the ones. Yeah.
Charles Bishop Wayland.
Yeah.
So he is a Wayland, but
he's a Wayland and a Bishop.
Right, because Wayland Bishop was based on Wayland. You find out in those Alien versus Predator movies.
Oh, that sounds terrible, man.
I'm guessing that's like a little nod of like them calling him a bishop. And,
I think the first AVP was the only one that was even remotely watchable.
Aren't both of them like in the timeline?
Rated R.
Aren't both of them even in the timeline pre-Prometheus? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Well, yeah, but they're being ignored by the franchise. I think.
Yeah,
for a good reason, probably.
But no, I actually like the second one because that one's actually rated R. I liked those as a kid, but I know that they are shitty for sure. I wish they just made Fede just said that he would totally be down to do an Alien versus Predator, but he wants to do like co-direct it with the guy who did Prey. I forget.
Dude from Prey? Yeah. Could you imagine Alien Prey? That'd be cool.
He said he wants
Predator
and let him
Predator Remus.
Man.
That's my biggest problem with the movie. Why is it called Romulus? Most of it takes place in Remus, the other half of the station.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I didn't understand that either.
There wasn't a single Romulan in the movie.
That's right. There was no Romulan in the movie. Not one.
I was confused at first because I didn't know if this was taking place on the ship from Alien, but then Starpack kind of figured that out. That's once you see
that's what they were scavenging in the beginning of the movie. Was the Nostromo.
And they find the alien in the this cocoon type thing that he created or something like that, or that it created. I don't know.
That's the dumb part of the movie. There's no way that alien would have survived.
Here's a question I want to know, because this is something I've been talking about. Like, we're trying to figure out how it all works, right? So they find the alien from the end of Alien. Where do they get all the face huggers from? So they reverse engineered that shit out of its DNA or something, right?
I don't know, because they bring them to that space station, the one that they crash into, or the kids go on. And obviously the aliens and the facehuggers kill everybody on the station. But where did they get them? Because, if that alien wasn't a queen, only the queen could lay the eggs that produce the facehuggers.
That's what I'm saying. So where did the facehuggers come from? That that's the one, that's something that really is bothering
and
me.
That wasn't a queen. That was just a regular worker drone.
Just a regular xenomorph, right?
Right.
Yeah. So did they somehow go into its DNA and
well, I
used the black goo, right?
Well, that's the thing. I snoozed a little bit in that black goo stuff. I realize it's from Prometheus, but I think they used the black goo along with the alien to reverse engineer. That part of the movie's kind of dumb. There's a couple parts that's dumb, and that's one of the dumb ones. It didn't make too much sense. But that's my guess. They use the black goo. That's why Ash
leaning off on all this shit to try to.
That's why the Ash clone in this movie wanted the black goo so bad.
Yeah, and he mentions it a little bit, I guess, through some exposition, and like, I mean, honestly, that's one of the things that I'm like, I don't know, man. Some things aren't very clear about the timeline and the
Yeah.
way it's working together.
Well,
I
it
know the
takes
black,
20 years
but like
afterwards.
Fede Alvarez has been like, oh no, it's supposed to look like the engineers because the black goo is basically xenomorph semen, is what he said. So it's like xenomorph
Really?
jizz, right? And he says, so out of that you'll get the alien, and now you got the human hybrid, but the engineers come from that too. And I'm like, I don't understand that, because
The engineers
that the
they
engineers
don't.
were the ones who developed this goo.
Yeah, that
So
is
why
like
would the goo make
as
them
like a
look like
weapon.
like that feels like a big
Right.
misstep
That
for
black
me. Like,
goo
I
is
don't get
supposed
it.
to be a weapon that like turned itself and then ended up killing the engineers. I just
Yeah.
rewatched them. That black goo was like a weapon because remember the planet that they land on, Idris Elba is like, this is not their home planet. This is a weapons depot. They kept this shit here purposely. They didn't want to keep this shit on their planet, and it ended up backfiring and killed them all. Like, so that I don't. That's weird that he said that. And maybe, I mean,
So
if
what
Ridley's
maybe
there, maybe Ridley knows something we don't, that he never
maybe
got
they got
to
the black
explore.
goo from like the stuff that killed the engineers, so it has their DNA somehow, or maybe the engineers developed this thing with their
Synthetic or
DNA.
their DNA.
And then,
Maybe
like,
because
I
we
don't
never got
know.
that third one. We never got it. But
Yeah, it
I do
doesn't make
know that
sense.
in the opening,
And
you remember
Ridley
he
says,
that shit.
Ridley and Fede both say Ridley had no say in the engineer bit, like, because that was an attempt
Oh,
to tie this into Covenant and Prometheus and the Promise third film. Like, we knew we weren't going to continue the what's being called the potential David trilogy, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I really feel like this movie would have benefited with another movie before it. Like, if Ridley, I do wish Ridley would have gotten to do his trilogy.
Me too. I
Yeah.
really do.
I mean,
really
Scarpad, what would you rather have? Another AVP movie or Ridley Scott to do another Alien movie?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
First, I feel I must answer Chill Out Man's question. No, there was no boobs in this movie, which
No.
was disappointing considering it was an R-rated movie. So, let me know.
Is this not the first Alien movie that actually has boobs in it?
Does this has no boobs in it? Oh, you saw a little bit, I guess, when they opened it. Yeah, I suppose.
Wait,
No.
what? I
We're
didn't see
talking
that.
boobs. I know. Yes, that's the whole reason why I don't even want to think about anything before the first Aliens movie, because it's dumb. I mean, all you needed to know was in the first Alien movie that this big ass thing crashed that had this ancient huge guy on it that had a chest burster in him, and that's where it came from on that planet, and that's all you need to know. Anything more than that is superfluous and unnecessary. I don't care where they came from. I give two shits.
I don't
They're
know, man.
monster.
I really think that Ridley was trying to explore some almost ancient aliens type shit.
Yeah,
like,
I know
right?
he was.
Where did life come from, right? And that's a mystery
That's what I
that
got
I would
though,
love to
too.
dive deeper into, and I don't
Yeah.
think that the end of this film gives me that. Right?
No,
I don't know.
No,
I
I
don't-
didn't. No,
I
I think
like
he tried
the- I
to.
like-
I think he threw a bone in there just to kind of like acknowledge it, to pay
But I
homage
like
to
that
it.
though because they also made it like, oh, what, like, where, how were we created? Like, it wasn't just about like how were the aliens created. Like, he brings that together, but it starts with like these scientists are like, we're trying to figure out how we were created and who created us, and so that's what gets me kind of into it, even more than like the aliens being created, honestly. But that's just me.
I agree, man. I'm right there. It's just me and you then, apparently.
I fucking love that shit, bro. Like, I know there definitely is people that do like it, but they always appreciate it too late. And it's like, well, nah, where
The
you
problem
guys
is
when this
the
first
problem
came
is that the way we're talking about it, it's underwritten. If it was defined better and written a little bit better, it would have been better. But
You're right.
There's not enough.
Yeah, you're right. For the concepts that this movie goes for, it's underwritten. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
elements of this movie are not underwritten, but elements are. Right? Like that, I have a weird relationship with this movie right now, dude. It's like the girlfriend that like loves me and hates me. You know what I'm saying? That's like I love and hate this movie.
I was really disappointed.
I really
everybody was hyping this up, and I was really.
I appreciate that. I think the things that Fede Alvarez got very right in this movie is the vibe of this movie.
Definitely
fits very much in the Alien universe. The whole opening where these kids are pretty much indentured servants to this company, that they have to try to get their way out, and the fact that that's why they got on the ship and they're trying to scavenge the other space station so they can get the cryo bed so they can go. I buy all of that, and I think it's done extremely well, to the point where he makes the universe believable and fit in with at least the Alien and the Aliens movies, if not some of the other ones. And then I think he did a great job with. I love the girl and the robot, the android in this movie. I think are fantastic.
Andy is his name, right?
Andy. The problem is, after watching the first Aliens movie, that the rest of the cast don't care about. They're there to be killed. And while that's true of the original cast, they were interesting. You rooted for them, and of course, they were better actors. You had, like John Hurt and Veronica Cartwright.
That entire cast in Alien was fantastic.
Yeah, Tom Skerritt.
There wasn't one.
They were better actors, and that's why so many people said, "Well, why do you have to put all kids in this movie?" Well, because it fits. They were trying to get out and get a better life that their parents didn't have. I buy all of that. And I really buy 3/4 of this movie. I think this movie is really fantastic. It's just the last third of the movie, the ending drops it for me. I don't hate it. But I think it could have been better.
Beginning out too. It takes a little too long for me to get into it. And then I just felt like they killed the aliens way too easy.
And there's a lot of in this movie. You really have to do a lot of suspense of disbelief. The whole opening sequence with the two idiots steal the ship to try to leave. That ship got trounced, and yet they're able to just fly it out. No problem.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, like, then nobody ever came looking for them. Like, aren't they not supposed to be doing this? Like,
it's supposedly you can just sneak away, I guess.
I also, like Rogue just said here too, it was like, I didn't love how it went from 0 aliens to like 1,000. Like, at first there's just one, and then out of nowhere, when they're in like that airlock or that elevator system, there's like a shit ton, and you're like, where did these come from? And
because they have to come out of. Well, no, assuming the space station was overrun with these things, they came out of the people that were dead there, and that's where they came. They were just hiding.
Yeah. See, like they said they were leaning more into the horror. I still don't feel like even without like these bunch of wild ass kills, I just felt like there wasn't that much horror in it. I guess like if he was really just trying to lean into like how the original Alien was, I get that. But this is not 1979 or whatever when that.
Yeah, but it has that same
that movie wasn't made for that much. This movie was made for a lot more than the first Alien was. I guarantee
it's 2024.
Exactly.
Everything's expensive, man.
That's true. And he did.
Well, the movie started out low budget at first, right? Because this was meant to be
on Hulu.
a Hulu original, like Prey, right?
Yeah.
And then when they decided to do a theatrical release, they added budget at the end. But the problem is, you add the budget at the end, and plans have already been made for a certain budget. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with Scarpad. Like, one of my favorite things about this movie, I guess I'll do my overall thoughts then, right? But like, my favorite thing about this movie is that it feels like it's in the same world as Alien and Aliens and Alien 3 to me, right? There are moments in some of the prequels, right? Like Prometheus and Alien Covenant, where the technology seems too clean, too modern, right? And this goes back to that retro future technology. You see the CRT monitors, you hear the clicks of the computer, right? It took me right back.
The minds, the people working for these companies, corporations.
Yeah, because like even outside of everything that Ridley Scott was trying to do with Prometheus and Alien Covenant about where the life seed comes from and all this bullshit, Alien is about blue collar workers,
right,
and the evil of the corporation. Aliens is even about that, and then Alien 3 takes it into the prison system, right? But like, this movie goes back to that. And I'll agree with what most people have been saying here. I know you, Dylan, and Evan have been saying this, but like, so the Kaylee Spaney plays the main character, which is Rain. Yeah, she's great in the movie.
She is great. She's my favorite part of this.
And then David Johnson plays Andy. He's my favorite character in the movie. Dude, I was like, he was able to emote with his face through this android character in such a crazy way, dude.
Yeah.
And when he turns and then turns back, he does a heel turn, then a face turn again, dude. Dude, Andy is amazing in this movie. He's great.
Yeah. And there's like the 2 different versions, and I think he nailed both of them.
He did, dude. And he's able to like use his eyes and his brows to like emote with his face. Really, really well.
I felt like he was like a synthetic, probably more than any of the other synthetics. Like he really felt like a robot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it breaks my heart.
Because he was broken, yeah.
It breaks my heart when he goes on the mission with them, but he doesn't know that he's not allowed in this world that they're trying to go to, right? But they reveal that his sister Rain, who we're supposed to be on her side,
he was gonna leave him anyways.
Is going to leave him anyway.
Yeah.
And his reaction of just thinking about it for a moment, being like, whatever's best for Rain. Oh my God, it was breaking my heart. And that shows a nuance in the character development that you don't see in a lot of movies, especially today, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I love those 2 characters. The rest of the characters, they're not super developed, but I didn't think that the actors were bad. I thought they were
the
fine.
actors were okay, but the characters themselves were just...
Yeah, I thought they were fine.
They were good
for what they were.
I didn't care for the guy. He was fine until it's time for him to be an idiot, and like the Asian bald girl, and then the guy with like the headband, and he like rips her and like tries to steal the ship and like dip off. I'm like, dude, like what the fuck are you doing? Like why are you?
But he was a dirtbag to the whole thing.
He was. Well, he had a reason to be a dirtbag because they tell that little story of his parents getting.
But I actually like that dickbag
by synthetics.
I think that dickbag's like decent comedy relief at first, and they try to show some nuance with it, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't think the characters were too bad. I thought they could be more developed with the way that the pacing of the movie went. They could have really leaned more into that. Maybe added a couple.
Killed all of them off pretty quick too.
Yeah, they should add a couple more characters. And also don't show everybody's death in the fucking trailer.
That too.
If you remember the trailer, dude, it spoils like everything. Like, yeah.
I tried to really.
Yes, I never saw the trailer. So
okay, well that's good. But in the trailer, you see it like 2 of the deaths, 3 maybe, even in the second.
And
trailer,
there's only like 5 of them.
There's only like 5, so it does that, right? But I do appreciate that Fede Alvarez, and I've never seen his Evil Dead remake. Still, and I've never seen Don't Breathe. But what I would tell you about what I know from this movie is it seems like this dude's a master at building suspense and tension, right?
Speaking of Don't Breathe, I heard somebody say that this was Don't Breathe in space.
That's right. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I haven't seen it either, but they said that this was Don't Breathe.
I've seen Don't Breathe, and I actually love that movie. That's a fantastic movie, but it's been a while. And that's about like young kids going and trying to break into somebody's house.
Was it the old guy there? Whatever.
Yeah, and he's blind, but he can whoop fucking ass. It's a really good movie.
Wasn't there a sequel to that?
I kind of can see the references they made.
Was there a sequel to that?
Yeah, they did a second one.
They did, yeah.
The thing is this, like you're a musician, right? Let's say you're a musician and you got a song that like becomes a little bit of a hit. You kind of take that chord progression and fuck around with it, and you make another song. Right?
Well, the second one wasn't Fede Alvarez, right?
I don't think so, but I don't know. No, I've never seen it, so I hear it's really good though.
I'll have to watch.
It's about the blind dude, right?
Really good. Yeah, the first one's really good. The second one, I don't think that is.
That being said, Alien Romulus is a almost masterclass in tension in its first 2 acts. It builds it up so well. Like, even though I'm not 100% on board with the characterizations of all the other characters, I was still engaged in this film because it was taking its time. It was in the world of Alien. It went out of its way to make it feel like Alien. They were using practical effects.
Yeah.
Right. They had the CRT. They had the CRT monitors. They had the clicking sounds, but they had like practical effects. They
brought back Mother.
It worked. They brought back Mother.
Yeah, the tech was great. The tech was
and I think that it did go back to the horror roots of Alien, right?
It did. I just thought for Fede, if you see Evil Dead, you'll understand. Like, he just went fucking balls to the wall.
I get it, but I think Scarpad alluded to this.
Different franchise.
I've never seen that one, right?
Yeah.
But you're remaking Sam Raimi's Evil Dead. It's one of the bloodiest movies of all time. Video nasty.
And in a way, they were almost remaking the 2013 version.
And then here, he's obviously a fan because I heard one movie review. I didn't read the review, but it said the greatest hits of the Alien franchise in one movie. Is this movie. And they repeat moments from Alien, lines of dialogue by certain characters. They have elements of Aliens in here. They have Alien Resurrection in here.
Yeah, the ending where she suits up at the end is very similar to the ending of the original Alien film.
Yeah, so it's all there.
I kind of wish they dialed that back a little bit, to tell you the truth.
So I feel like he did go to the horror roots because here's the thing, dude. Alien, out of the entire franchise, Alien is the horror movie.
Right.
None of the others I consider horror.
It's sci-fi.
Yeah, Aliens is great, but it's a sci-fi action. Alien 3, I think, is a great film, but it's a science fiction film. I don't like Alien Resurrection, but it's science fiction.
I gotta rewatch that one.
I like Prometheus and I like Covenant. So those are sci-fi films, though. So this felt more like going back to that, dude. It was horrific, and compared to other Alien movies, it does push a little bit further than I think other ones do when it comes to that. So that's what I like.
When that guy was getting killed and he got melted, that was pretty
yeah. And I like the music in it. It's not as iconic. They use the Jerry Goldsmith stuff, which I like, but it's not as iconic all the way through. But I do like the music. I think it's serviceable. I love the look of the film. I think it's cinematically beautiful. Like it's shot beautifully with all the yellow and the red lights in the background and shit like that. Like it looks great.
Smoke around the alien and all that.
Right.
Some beautiful shots.
I got some problems with this movie though.
Yeah.
And all the problems are in the third act for the most part. Number one, here's something outside of the third act. I love Ian Holm so much.
He's dead.
And I love that they went to his family and said, is it cool if we bring him in? And they said they always asked Lance Hendrickson back, but never him. He would have loved to do this. So they did it. You didn't need to do it. It could have been David, right? Honestly, it could have been I think that would have been more of a connection to people, but like, I like the Ian Holm Ash stuff, but like, I felt like it looked bad and it threw me out of the movie. And it was the only part that looked bad to me.
It didn't quite nail him, but I didn't have too much of a problem with it.
It looked like him, but you just knew that was fake.
The way it looked,
it was wonky.
The way it looked is what bothered me more than anything. Right? Yeah. Like I didn't mind that they had a tribute to Ian Holm. I think that's great.
It was like a little bit too late.
He's amazing, dude. Like in the first Alien, in the Lord of the Rings movies, in the fucking
so good.
Fifth Element, and even in fucking From Hell. That shitty ass movie based on a great McCracken.
Well, actually, who did his voice though? Because his voice was pretty knob on.
Well, I feel like the AI did his voice, is what I thought.
Oh, you think the AI they looped it?
I think AI did it. And like there was some weird deep fake. I know that they told me it was. I saw Fede Alvarez talk about how it's like practical, but I'm like, that's not all practical because it would look different. There's some deep fake CG AI type shit in there that throws me out.
The face. Yeah,
it throws me out. When he's on the monitor, it looks great. It's fine. Like when he's on the 1980s style monitor, it looks great.
Yeah,
so that was a little thing, but that's nitpicky. But my problems are the third act. There's some weird decisions made by the characters and the creators. Number one, the characters. So she's in this big like tunnel. There's all these aliens around. I can't shoot them all up because they'll just drip acid blood and fuck up the station. So let me turn off the gravity. Right? She turns off the gravity so she could shoot them all up so they can dodge their way through this. But another gravity purge is going to go like it's just like that's so stupid to me, bro.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So stupid.
I tell you, I rewatched. I thought, and I still think, even watching it today on TV, that that is the best sequence in the movie. I think the gravity elevator part of it was done extremely well. I love the fact that they had the elevator crush all the aliens, all this acid's coming up, and of course she's trying to dodge it because she's floating and using the gun to move herself away out of the acid. I thought the whole sequence that was done,
dude, that scene's great.
Really, really well.
Like, okay, so like Alien Resurrection, a shitty ass film, has a great sequence where they have to like dive underwater.
Well, yeah, and the aliens are swimming.
right? Yeah, like that's a great sequence in a bad movie, right? And I'm not saying Alien Romulus is a bad movie because I don't think it is. I think it's a good movie with a lot of potential, but it kind of falls apart for me at the end. It gets a little clunky. One of those reasons is this scene. I like the scene as long as we didn't have the gravity purge already like ingrained in our heads in this movie, because she knows that gravity, like that the acid's going to hit the fucking ship at any it's going to happen, right? So what does it give you? Like 2-3 minutes? Like it just seems so stupid to me. Like I don't know, man. I get it. Whatever.
Well, it's almost the same as the ending, which was that ending, which was dumb, where she's the egg sac burns through the ship, so she falls out of the ship, and all the air and everything is being sucked out, and she's able to hold on to these two little ropes with everything coming out of there, not blowing it off into space.
Yeah.
And then climbing up there and using the ropes to pull the thing so the thing drops. I mean, that whole was so convoluted at the end.
Yeah.
The whole sequence.
So
I didn't buy that.
My biggest problem with the movie is the alien human engineer hybrid at the end.
I think it was a mistake to do that.
When I'm watching this movie, as soon as it happens, I like, dude, I got the gasp for my audience too. I watched an IMAX full ass theater.
Yeah, I saw it.
They all were like, oh, and I went, oh, this is so stupid. Like, just like I was like, Alien Resurrection did this, and it sucked. Then don't do this again. I looked around
and I was like, what the fuck?
If that movie would have ended with her pregnant and them getting away from the rings of wherever the fuck they were, right? They get away. The movie ends. Perfect. Almost a near perfect movie. I would give it a 4.5, maybe a 4.69. Perfect. But they had to push it further and do that. And I'm like, you went a bridge too far.
I think the problem is when they were writing the ending, they already had redone a lot of the alien stuff. Now, they've done that just with an alien. It's an exact copy of Alien, really, for the most part. So they were trying to do something different, but I think they should have took a little bit more time and come up with something that was different, but not that.
Hey guys, this whole movie is a ripoff of Alien, so let's make the ending a ripoff of Alien Resurrection.
Right, the one that everybody hates. That's the fucking.
It just went too far.
It wasn't an exact ripoff of it, but
like, okay, here's the thing: end it when they get away, but she's pregnant. Show us even a teaser of. Like, do a post credits or a mid credits scene, where
or just like it comes out of her, bursting out of her or something.
Now we go to the next movie, and you have time to really sit for like a few months in a writer's room and figure out how we want to do this.
Yeah.
Right. Then you get to do that. But like as it played out,
it felt so rushed.
It felt rushed. It felt like like pushed in. And at first, I thought, did it really make them do that to kind of pay off some stuff from Covenant and Prometheus? And then
because
Fede and him say that's not the case.
No, because it was written by Fede and this other guy. So I don't think
Ridley
it's the case.
apparently was very hands off.
Fede like a big Resurrection newborn fan. He's like,
I don't hate Resurrection as much as you guys apparently hate.
Well, Fede even says,
no, I'm not saying I hate it. I actually like the look of the newborn.
Fede says that, and his son at the premiere said, hey, that's like Alien Resurrection. He didn't even realize it, which means that this dude went and watched every Alien movie but Resurrection.
Yeah, he probably never saw it. I came up with the exact same idea.
But those are my big nitpicks. Like that ending doesn't work.
The girl at the end that gave birth would never been alive after getting her thing ripped apart hand.
Yeah, like the thing is, if you would have had it so that it was a seed for a possible something. Like even like something ripping out of her at the end, that's a great ending for a movie, even if there's no sequel, right? Oh, they got away. Oh no, they didn't, because there's another one, right? That's a great ending, but you developed it too quickly, and you didn't really know how to get there. To me, is how it felt, and it felt very. I don't know. I didn't like that ending. So this was a movie that, as I'm watching it, I'm really digging it, and then all of a sudden, I'm not.
You know. Looking at these pictures of him,
it turns fast.
I feel like it looks more like, you remember in Devil's Rejects, the really tall guy? I feel like it looks like him, like an alien.
It looks like a lot of different things in a lot of different movies.
Engineer.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's another thing. I didn't really even if that that's him trying to do like his version of a newborn. I don't even think he did.
Well, plus
I didn't even like the look of it.
It doesn't make any sense anyways, because as you said, the whole process is the queen spits out the seed or the pod spits out the facehugger spits out the alien. That's how it works. Basically, that's a universe.
I think the facehuggers somehow, right? Because they basically have them up there like they're like meal prepped. You know what I'm saying? They're in like the vacuum fucking seal and all that shit. It's like a Japanese fucking vendor. And that's a real actor, by the way. There's more practical in here than
I would definitely believe that.
It just didn't. The engineer idea doesn't work for me, man. Like I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make fucking sense.
That alien guy at the end though was a girl. It wasn't a guy. It had a little alien vagina.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
No, granted, I shouldn't have been looking at that, but I did notice it.
Well, he was.
I don't know. It's like the engineer bit doesn't make sense to me. I just think it wasn't. I think it was underwritten. I think the third act was underwritten.
Yeah,
I think that concept was not developed.
From the beginning, I said I like 75% of this movie, and the ending lets it down. and
I know, and I agree with you 100%, man. I think we all are kind of in the same vein right there.
It still doesn't let it down enough that I didn't enjoy the movie.
But it's the end of the movie where we can pick it apart. But we only pick it apart as fans, right? But it was still one of the best alien movies I've ever seen in a movie theater.
Right. And I think the average person that's not really digging down into it as deep won't mind that in it. I think the average, and obviously you haven't because the movie's done great at the podcast.
Oh, it did really great, and I'm very happy about that, man. I really am. I think Alvarez could do a really good sequel to this, but I think he could have done a better sequel if they would just ended it with.
The only thing that it's like, will he do the sequel or will he just hand it off to somebody else? Because I've never really seen him do a sequel.
Of course, we got the guy from Fargo there, isn't it? Doing the TV show in 2025, Alien Earth. I'm not too thrilled about seeing the aliens on Earth.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
I don't know how they handle that.
See, Scarpet said he saw like a teaser trailer for the show. I didn't see anything in my theater.
It was just like a 10, 20-second teaser trailer.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either. I just saw another fucking Speak No Evil trailer. God damn, this is the trailer I've seen the most this year. I almost don't want to go see that fucking movie because I've seen the trailer.
They said the movie when you've seen the trailer.
They said the original of that, the Danish one, was really good.
Yeah, Verno and them just did it. They said that, I think he told me the original is really good, but the new trailer is a better trailer than the first one. I'll tell you that.
Right.
But I'm just tired of seeing it, dude. Why is that the thing I'm seeing the most? Like Blumhouse is really like, dude, this is make or break for us, bro. Like we gotta fucking.
Really?
Well, I know they have a lot
of because James McAvoy's in it.
They have a lot of movies coming out, so I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, like that fucking.
They're very
AI. Now their big thing is evil AI.
Dude, that new A24 film with Brandy looks really good to me. I don't remember. It's called The Front Room or something like that.
Oh, with the old lady.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That one, it looked decent, but we'll see. I think they just announced another movie too, A24. I forget the fucking name of it. My brother just sent me a trailer for it.
Yeah, I know this. I went to one of the movies this year, and I think there must have been like 5 Blumhouse trailers in a row.
Yeah.
So they know they have a lot of movies.
And they're always like, from the producers of The Black Phone. And I'm like, I know that excites a lot of people. For me, I'm just like.
Not me.
Oh, come on. Black Phone was not that bad.
It's not.
They're doing a sequel to it.
And Smile 2's coming out.
Did you, did you see Long Legs?
Yeah.
I wasn't too hot. We weren't that hot on that either.
Me neither. I don't know. I don't get the hype behind it.
Nicolas Cage was great in it.
I feel like I'm missing something with Long Legs.
Was he supposed to be a transvestite in that movie, or what? What's the deal?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's just supposed to be weird.
He looked a little like Caitlyn Jenner.
Jesus.
I'm serious.
I don't know. That was a movie that, like, my girlfriend said it the best. She goes, it felt like the entire movie we were waiting, and then it ended.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious. I mean, and the lead girl in that movie was terrible. I mean, terrible.
But it was like beautifully shot, and the music was great. But I just don't think the substance.
There's parts of that movie I liked, but it was disappointing. I thought.
There's
I
like
agree.
no detective.
I saw a movie
aspect.
today.
Here's the thing: the biggest hyped horror movies of each year,
Right.
I'm always disappointed in. And this year, it's been
Every
Long
time.
Legs and fucking In a Violent Nature. I think both those movies, like,
Well, I think I like In a Violent Nature a little bit.
well,
better than you.
I think
Although
Long
the ending
Legs
of that
is
movie
something-
was terrible too.
Long Legs is maybe something I don't get, but I think In a Violent Nature sucks.
Well,
I'll
I ain't
straight
gonna
up
lie.
just say that.
Oh,
Dude. That
only
movie
the
fucking blows.
last part of the movie. I thought.
That movie blows, dude. Get the fuck out of here. This is the most boring movie I've seen all year, man.
It
I don't
wasn't
care.
boring.
I had to message Dylan about it when I first watched it. I was
Yeah.
like, bruh,
It
what the
wasn't
fuck,
boring.
man?
It just the ending was terrible. No, but I saw a movie today that I think is what Long Legs should have been, and it was a great movie. If you get a chance to watch it, it's out on video now. A movie called Oddity, really good. Check it out.
I watched a little known movie called The Crow today.
Like The Crow. The Crow.
Anyway, Alien Romulus, where are we at, Dylan?
Yes.
We were talking about Long Legs all of a sudden and in Blumhouse.
Well, there's
Welcome to
so many-
DHS. This has been great, dude.
so many movies have disappointed this year, man. I feel like there is not. Well, I guess
Yeah.
because all the shutdowns and everything, or the writer's strike that we knew.
Yeah, 2023 was a better
Well,
year
it's like
for
what's I don't think it's been the most solid year for horror, but one stands out to me as the best, and that's Maxine. But y'all know me, I'm a fucking stand for Maxine. So and Mia Goth.
I like Maxine a lot. I don't know about
What
I don't
else,
know,
dude?
that
What else?
movie-
Is it
that
better than
movie's-
Abigail? Yeah.
I like Abigail. I don't know if Maxine I'd say is horror. It is, but
It's
it
totally
ain't.
horror, man.
I don't know.
She steps on that dude's nutsack, man. That's horror.
They do that in other movies.
That's real horror right there.
Guy gets curb stomped in that the other movie. Ed Norton, it's not. They've had gross stuff in other movies, but
That's
of course
totally
they
a
were
horror
devil
movie, dude.
whispers. I know it is.
It's about the
I don't know.
satanic panic. It's got murder and a slasher, a giallo style
It's
slasher.
yeah,
It's a horror movie.
I guess
Come
it's
on.
very 80s throwback to a time. But
It's better than Abigail.
I had to get a list of movies. I liked Abigail. Even Dylan,
I
you
didn't
liked
say Abigail
didn't
was
you?
terrible. I'm just saying it's better.
I didn't say it
than
was
Abigail.
terrible. Yeah, probably. I was definitely.
I don't like Abigail. I wouldn't say it's terrible though.
I thought it was fun. Put it that way.
All right, so the Alien Romulus has talked about has turned into a conversation about the year and horror. That's a good show. We should do like what's the year in horror like? We should do it like an end of the year stream, Dylan.
Well, we did that.
Yeah, me and Scarphead did one last year.
Well, fuck, dude.
did
Let's me, you, and Scarpad do one this year. It'd be better. Trust me, I'll be there. I'm a multi-award winner.
We watched it.
You know, this one would be the movies that really let us down this year. That everybody hyped up and then
Well, that I
we
mean,
went and saw 'em and
the
they were shit.
to rename the guys you don't like,
The
Cisco and
year's not
Ebert.
over though. And
Cisco and Ebert used to always do a best of the year and a worst of the year, so that's a good idea.
but the year's not over yet, and I'm super hyped for Nosferatu.
Somebody answer the phone, will you?
Yeah, Nosferatu's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
It could be. It could be good. For
I
Christmas.
think that's fucking Eggers, man. He's never disappointed. Beetlejuice will be out too this week, I think.
I might go
Mm.
see that. I don't know.
I'm gonna go see it, but I don't have high hopes. But maybe I'll like it.
Yeah.
I hope I like it.
I
I'm
think
just-
Beetlejuice captured lightning in a bottle that can't be caught again. I don't know.
Yeah, I know they're trying to keep it all practical, this and that, but
we'll see, dude. I'm
well, I
going
also
in there with
think-
little expectations.
I don't know. I Michael Keaton, he's been gone so long from that guy who did like all those comedies.
yeah.
Does he still have those comedy timing chops? We'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. He's supposed to only be in it like the exact amount of time as he was in the first one, like 17 minutes. So we'll see.
But we got Jenna Ortega, so just by that nature, that's going to be good.
Yeah, but she's probably not taking her top off. So,
No, well, that's true.
No.
Robbie, what do you think the movie's trying to say? Do you have anything to pull out of that one?
I mean, the theme of the movie is very much laid on top of the theme of the first Alien movie, which is about like the
Class struggle.
the truly evil nature of corporatism, right? Like
Yeah.
we got a lot of people nowadays, and I was in my early 20s when the Iraq War was starting and shit, and I like to throwing my fist up in the air and all that kind of shit. A lot of people coming out with this anti-capitalist type stuff. Dude, I'm not saying I'm a student of isms or ways to run a society, but like I am a student of history. And what I'm looking at right now is the problem isn't something like capitalism. The problem is something like corporatism. The fact that we have these corporations that have true power in America right now, right? And this was something that was recognized by Ridley Scott and Dan O'Bannon and others back in the late 1970s when they did the first Alien film.
Right, because it's nothing new.
Yeah, it's a blue collar movie, just like the first one. Like what I love about Alien is it's about the blue collar worker just out there. They're miners, they're salvagers, they're just doing their fucking job. They're wage slaves in a way to a corporation that has evil, truly malicious intent. There is no good that the Weyland-Yutani Corporation is trying to do. They're intentionally trying to bring this very hazardous being back to Earth, right? Like and I always felt like the movie should lead
for nefarious reasons.
For nefarious reasons, right? And like to militarize it. So it's about the idea of like the militarization and the corporatism of business and it's about factory workers. It's that blue collar versus the man.
Well, look at the woman when she was trying to get out of her contract, the woman's staring at the screen.
Yep.
And it says right on the screen that she's fulfilled her contract, and she doubles up all the hours.
We need you longer.
Yep, dude, it's got a lot of Terry Gilliam in it, right? A lot of Brazil in this movie.
Relate, man.
Yeah, dude, it's the same thing. Dylan, you know what this movie's about. You work for Amazon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what this movie's about. It's like, no, you haven't fulfilled your duty yet. Yeah, maybe you're up for a raise now, but you know what? We just evaluated and things have shifted and changed. And blah.
We changed the policy.
Boom, boom, boom. When people are just a number, when people are just something like a worker ant out there in the colony, kunk. And that's what it's about. And it's about the idea that as beautiful as it would be to explore space just for exploration's sake, like Star Trek, the future of space travel is still ingrained in corporatism and greed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to look no further than Bezos's rockets and Elon Musk's rockets. And that's what it is. NASA doesn't have their own stuff, and we won't fund it. So the millionaires are funding it. And when you're at the beck and call of the millionaires, you're going to do what they want.
So that's what the movie's
Unless
about.
You're William Shatner, then you get to go up with Jeff.
If that's what the movie's about overall. But there's also this little new element, I think, a little bit about Rain and Andy and their relationship and what's property and what's life, right? And I think this is a better look at what life is with their relationship than what Scott tried to do in Prometheus and the Covenant, even though I love both of those movies. I think this is more of an interesting exploration of what makes life. They should dive more into artificial intelligence and what makes life, the distinction between go the data route a little bit more. I think they did that with Andy here and it really worked for me. So I think that's a cool thing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I guess we'll rate this up then. Tubin, I think, said his phone died. So he had to dip out, but he rated it a 4. Anybody else in the chat, if you were anyone else in the chat, if you've seen Alien Romulus, let us know what your rating is down below. And Robbie, you want to kick us off? What do you think?
Yeah, I'll kick us off. It's a movie that there's a lot about it I like. And I think it has so much promise. And it delivers on so much of that promise. It just loses it a little bit in its last 30 to 20 minutes, right? Just loses some stuff. It kind of goes a little bit too far. It overreaches, in my opinion. But I still think it's a good movie. So I right now I'm sitting at a 3.5 out of 5. Slips, my man.
Slips, brother.
Oh, it's out of 5? Yeah.
That's out of 5. Yeah, understandable. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10 on IMDb off rip, but I kind of had a feeling I might bump it a little, maybe to a 7 after a rewatch. So, what do you think, Scarphead?
I am going to give it a 3.75. I just kind of dislike it for the ending a little bit. The ending really bumps it down. I think I would have given If the ending was better, I would have given it closer to like a 4 or 4.25, maybe 4.5. Because I think vibe wise, this he nailed the Alien universe the best out of anybody since the original. The second one was a different movie than the first one.
Yeah.
So just for that, I'm gonna give him some props. And I thought everything was great except for the last act. But I'm not gonna kill for that. So 3.75.
I will say it's my fourth favorite Alien film. So there you go.
Really? Which ones do you like? You like 3?
Well, I do like 3 actually. So
But
to me, it's
but
it's Alien, Alien 3, Aliens, and then this one.
where would it be if they never came out with the David Fincher director's cut of Alien 3 and it was a theatrical?
I don't think the director's cut adds that much because it's not it's not a true director's cut, man.
I think it adds a lot though. I think
it does, but it's not a true director's cut. But it is a little bit better, I think. But I like the theatrical cut of Alien 3.
So wait a minute. So what is your order? 1, 2, 3.
1, 3, 2, 4. Wait,
1,
no, 1, 3, 2, Romulus.
Hold on.
Yeah, I like 3 better than 2.
You like 3 better than Aliens? Come on.
Because 2 is more of a 3 is more of a science fiction movie, and 2 is a James Cameron action movie, which I love. I love. I think they're both very equal, but I give the edge to Alien 3 just because I like to be different.
Yeah, Alien 3. Yeah. Okay,
Alien 3 is better than people make you think, man.
It's okay. And what about you, Dylan?
I think I'd give it a 3.5. I'm at a 3.5 right now. It's a little slow. I feel like they could have trimmed a little bit of that that first hour or whatever. Or just, they could have expanded better on some of the characters. It felt you just don't really get to know them really at all. It just really feels about Rain and Andy.
Well, I think you know them, you just don't like them.
Great, which is definitely great, but only thing you really ever get is that maybe that guy and Rain fucked around in the past. They had
I think they definitely did.
They definitely did, and because they
had pictures of her all over the place.
Yeah, and they were tight with the girl who was pregnant, which that was actually crazy that they just straight that Andy was like, she's already dead, bro. Like if I let her go, they would just snatch that, but she ends up living. So I thought they were gonna just kill a pregnant chick, and I was like, damn, that was kind of dark. But she ends up living. So,
maybe she was dead until they wrote the third act.
The ending just felt so rushed, and when I heard that gasp, I was like, "What the fuck are people really like?" So, I felt they could have done like how Robbie said, if they ended it just with her getting in the pods and maybe done a little credit scene of something bursting through her stomach at the end and left something for the second. I'd have been completely fine with that, and that would have been obviously what we've seen before, but I just didn't really like that ending at all. And how Scarpat said, how she's just hanging by a rope and all the it just that's insane. Just insane. It's this is she's supposed to be maybe 18, 20-year-old girl.
Dude, in the next movie, she's gonna be hanging by that same rope at the cusp of a black hole.
Yeah,
reminiscent of the first Twister movie, right?
Right.
They're just on a belt loop, saves them, right?
Yeah. Did you see Twisters? I
want to though, man.
Garpat said it was actually kind of decent, but
I heard it was good. It's still playing at my theater. Borderlands is already done, but Twisters is still there.
It was okay.
Twisters is on digital.
Better than what this week expected. But I'm a huge fan.
It's a little bit more romantic than the first one was.
Yeah,
I do appreciate the fact that the first hour is kind of almost like a diehard copy of it, but then they pivot and they do something different, which I give them credit for. So
yeah, I couldn't finish.
The first one is still much better.
I got halfway through.
You'll never replace Bill Paxton with that
never.
generic dude there from Top Gun.
Yeah,
he's so much. He's so much.
I gotta try to watch it.
He's kind of sexy though. I'm just gonna say he's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
I say kind
of. Evan gives it a 4. Chill Out gives it a 3.69. I would give it a 4. I really enjoyed this movie. And this was Evan's first Alien movie. He said,
See, this is like real, honest, authentic reviews, because everybody else has been like, "This is the best Alien movie since the first one." You know, like that's what people have been saying, right? It's
everybody was like, "The ending was so fucking nuts." I was like, "What the fuck are you watching, dude? Like, that was not nuts."
I'm so glad y'all have justified my existence tonight. Thank you so much, man. I thought I was the only one, because I was like looking at everybody else. They were like,
I thought so too, because all I kept seeing was like, the ending was crazy, man. He did something so great. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I went and I was like, I heard this gasp, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is not like, this is so dumb. Like, why did it just end?
And it was also the end. That ending was telegraphed a mile away too. So
yeah. Yeah, definitely. But for it was still a good movie though. I definitely enjoyed it, and I would love to get a sequel. It wasn't as good as Prey in my opinion, but it was they did fantastic with the sets, the aliens, the practical effects. I commend them for that. And they probably didn't get that much money for like a Hulu original. This was supposed to be.
Let me ask you a question.
Robbie said they got that movie on the back end, but they had already planned all this stuff. So that might be how they ended up doing that little. They were like, well, we got this extra money. Let's add this little ending on that might be how they did, and they thought that would be crazy, and they maybe kind of had to rush it. So maybe that's why that ended up. But like Robbie said,
I don't know what you guys thought whenever you watch these movies back in the day when you were younger, but I always assumed where the movie would go eventually would be back to Earth, and that they would have some sort of huge alien war
TV show. That
they finally get the face hugger or some shit to Earth, right?
Well,
that's where we gotta be going, man.
I don't know what that new show is gonna do, but I don't know. Now though, after Starship Troopers, wouldn't that basically be kind of like a Starship Troopers? Would you still want to see a big alien war?
I don't know. I'd have to see how it was done in a TV show. I don't know.
I don't think the TV show is gonna do that.
Oliphant's supposed to be, I think, like a synthetic or something possibly in that. So we'll see.
I doubt the TV show is going to do that. I bet what the TV show is going to do is what Monarch did for Apple TV, which is to be about the Yutani Corporation.
Yeah,
and all the machinations there.
Yeah.
And not about the monsters and not about the alien. Even though they'll call it Alien Earth, it'll be about Weyland Yutani on Earth and the evil corporations, because it'll cheap out like that Apple show did, and it will probably be boring. But who knows? Right. Maybe not.
I hope not. I think it's Fox doing it. I could be.
It's
wrong.
FX. It's gonna be
FX. That's what I meant. FX. I want it to be good, but we'll see. I mean, I never thought.
Well, it's the guy who did the Fargo TV shows, and those are pretty good.
Yeah,
except for maybe one season.
That gives me hope,
right?
Because I never thought that those would have been good, but at least season one was fun, and for the most part, all those seasons have been.
I think all the seasons, with the exception of the one with Chris Rockman, was a little.
I'd agree.
The latest one was pretty good, although it was a little anticlimactic. I still enjoyed it.
But yeah, I'd love to see, because after the first one, that's where I always thought it was gonna go, like
a big, huge alien war at some point. But
yeah, so I did like that they kind of like they were on a planet, and you kind of see like this mining colony and all that stuff. It was a little. I like that they did a little something different, and that they weren't just like a fucking crew that it was stuck like going back home. That they're actually trying to get somewhere and trying to get off this.
Well, if they do a sequel, I hope it's not a sequel to this movie, because I think the story is done, and I hope it's not.
It would be, unless somehow Rain, maybe, because Rain's all alone now.
I don't care. I hope it's something different, that it's not just more of what we've already seen, because the story's got to progress and go somewhere else.
Well, also people were, I know a lot of people were saying they were hoping that like we would have got like a little teaser at the end of just like a little Easter egg of like Sigourney just like floating through space or something.
No. I want to see. She's
we don't need that shit, man. And also, the budget was reported at $80 million.
Wow.
and it made way more than that already. So it's doing very well. It's actually succeeded expectations, and we'll get another one for sure.
Of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we got a couple 4s and 3.69, 3.75, 2.35.
Personally, I would love to see.
I'd say that's an average score of 3.69.
Gotta get Fetty to come back, co-direct with Damien Leone, and get a Terrifier versus Aliens. I'd love to see that.
I want the
Art the Clown can take him out.
I can't. That's my number one most hyped for.
And Robbie will be glad to hear that it's been announced already that Terrifier 3 will be shorter than the Terrifier 2.
Oh, thank God. Jesus Christ, Terrifier 2 is way too fucking long.
Yeah, I didn't think so, except for that one scene.
You're out of your mind, dude. That movie's so long. Like, both of those movies feel long to me, man. I feel like something's wrong with me, dude, because I don't like Terrifier, and I feel like I should, dude. I was at my buddy.
I can't believe you don't, because that is just like there is nothing grindhouse, like dude, nothing that.
I know, man. I know. I got a buddy who runs a video rental store in my town. I just went to check out his store the other day. Yeah. He's got 18,000 movies, most of them horror, all kinds of genres, but he's got like a Vinegar Syndrome section. Wow. He's got like a hard to watch section. He's got directors spotlighted. He's got every Larry Cohen movie. He's got every Joe Dante movie. He's got every Eli Roth movie. Like it's a real video store. You would love it, dude. You would love it.
This is a video store to buy, not to rent, right?
Yeah, you rent. No, you rent. I rented it.
Really?
Yeah.
They're bringing that out there with rentals. They're doing that here and there. Some places still do rent.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I just rented this is what I rented this week. That's from Big Mix Video in Huntsville, Alabama. But I rented the McPherson tape.
That's a bootleg.
It's not. That's the real fucking Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray, but
looks like a bootleg to me.
He's got his own, like, this is what he rents them in. He doesn't give you the actual case. No, he keeps the case, gives you the disc. But yeah, so like no, he's a really good, really great. If y'all are in the North Alabama area, go check out Big Mix Vintage Video, 309 Dallas Street, Huntsville, Alabama. So what was I saying? Anyway, he's got a lot of cool stuff that I want to check out. So I don't know where we were going. Where was it going?
I don't know.
Got distracted. I'm trying to rep my boy's store, dude.
That you should like Terrifier, but you don't.
Oh yeah, because the dude that played the dude who played Art, David something Thornton. Right. What's his name?
Yeah, you got the first name right.
David
Howard.
He is from my town.
Is he?
And my buddy who runs the shop, his mom ran the theater program that dude was in. And so we all love the dude. And today, for instance, my buddy David, who runs this, a different David, he invited me to go see Stream, I think is what it's called, at the theater. It's like playing for one night.
Yeah.
But he's in it. The guy who played Art the Clown, he's in it. Who's from my town? He's going to be doing an appearance here in town soon.
And you always get to see these people you don't even like.
I know, dude. This will be the third opportunity I've had to meet that guy. And not even knowing, like, who knows? I may have been at a punk rock show with this guy at some point. So my buddy David and a lot of other people know him, but I think we were in the same circles, but I never actually knew him. But wild. Art the Clown, here's the thing. Regardless of what I think about Terrifier and Terrifier 2 as movies, Art the Clown is iconic.
Definitely.
He's iconic. He's a Freddy. He's a Jason. He's a Michael. He's a Chucky.
Yeah. Robbie's going to go up to the guy and go, David, I love your movies. I love that Terrifier. It's been my favorite.
I've already walked by him like so many times, dude. I've already walked by him so many times.
I love the run time for Terrifier 2 is amazing.
Perfect. Who cares about meeting that guy?
It could have been a lot longer.
I'm going to Scarefest, and not only is there a Fright Night cast reunion, they just announced Joe Dante. So I'm very excited about Scarefest, man. So it's going to be
old now, man.
That'd be cool.
I know. I told my homie, I was like, this might be our last chance to meet Joe Dante.
Hey, we've been watching the actual. We do a Twilight Zone up on the watch-alongs on Discord, on my Discord channel, which you can see on Tuesdays. Okay. And we've been watching 2 episodes of the old Twilight Zone and 2 episodes of the new Twilight. Well, not new, but the 80s Twilight Zone. And I'm amazed at how many Joe Dante episodes and how many Wes Craven episodes. These guys in the 80s, man, they directed a lot of those 80s Twilight Zones. Not saying they were great.
That's where Masters of Horror started, right?
Right. It does.
Yeah.
Amazed.
Yeah, I love Terrifier now. My first watch was at 1965 drive-through in LA. I had 2 dates. Good for you, brother.
You had 2 dates?
2 dates. Fucking killing it, bro.
Were they in separate cars or were they in the same car? That's the question. Did you have to run between the 2 cars and go, hold on, I gotta go get some popcorn. I'll be right back.
Bro,
go to the other car.
Sitting in the middle, baby.
Or was it like this? It was that. No, that's cool.
Oh, dude, he's a pimp, bro.
None's better than when you're sitting in the middle, man. Trust me.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So what the hell did we got next week? For week 2 of Horror Fest, we got a Two Gun Pedro pick. Well, something he sent me a while back in a movie he actually introduced me to, Trilogy of Terror.
Mm.
Can't wait, man.
You've seen that, dude.
I've seen it. No, Two Gun told me about it like 6 years ago, and then he sent me a Blu-ray of it like a few months back.
I remember seeing that when it was first on TV.
Yeah, I remember I remember seeing it on TV, but I totally blocked it out. And then when he was like, you should watch this, and I was like, dude, that's Zuni fetish style. So
yeah, it's one of those movie of the weeks, unbelievably, because they got away with a lot back then.
Yeah, that was great. That's a great movie. So, and what you got coming, Robbie?
Well, Horror Fest is underway, as we know, and tomorrow night on PCP Movie Night, we're talking about the Hammer classic from 1961, starring Oliver Reed, Curse of the Werewolf. Very excited to talk about this one of my favorite Hammer films. And then Thursday night, Blood Splatter Chatter, our first double feature for Horror Fest, because each channel, me, you, and Verno, have double features this year. And he's doing Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You. Never seen either of them, but I'm not going to be there. So I ain't got to watch it. But Curse of the Werewolf tomorrow night, dude. Great movie, man.
I don't think you would like those, honestly. They're like Groundhog Day slashers, and they're Blumhouse. So,
but now after our Paranormal Activity franchise review, the guy who was responsible for a lot of the lore there did those movies. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. He directed those movies. And what's his name? Something Jackson. I can't remember right now.
Action Jackson.
Yeah, but that's what led me into checking out the McPherson tape, which is the first found footage film.
Yeah.
Right, and it's about an alien abduction, and it's an hour long.
I've been
and
meaning to watch that because I hear
so me and my girlfriend watched it last night.
Especially since you saw those aliens in the field.
Well, it's an hour long, and it feels longer, and it's not the greatest movie, but it's got some cool moments. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I'm sure it was cool back in the day.
Well, it got big because it was like. It got circulated in the UFO convention circuit, right? Yeah. And people were putting it out as if it was real, like a real thing. And, that was the thing about found footage back in the day, right? Like even with Blair Witch, right? Like where everybody was like, is this real? Is it not? Like what's going on here?
Crazy.
There's just too many moments where like 6 people are talking at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the worst of like anybody's movie review or community hangout where like 6 people are talking at the same time and you can't make heads out or tails out of it, man.
That's why I won't do 6 people on a stream too much. 4 at most, honestly. I think 3 is like the perfect.
Well, PCP likes to do the 6 thing, man, but
yeah, but
I got everybody. I got like a shock collar in anybody. If they like overstep, I just hit the button.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, that's funny. You got him in check over there. But yeah, so Trilogy of Terror next week, and tomorrow night, Curse of the Werewolf. That should be a good one. And Verno, I'm guessing Thursday for Verno, Happy Death Day. And it'll be on Sundays, not Saturday no more. Sundays. And speaking of them, Bruno just dropped in station, motherfucker. Happy Horror Fest to you too, bro.
Fucking Horror Fest is complete
just
now.
did.
First week, dude. 3 episodes, man.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
Because he just did.
He did Carrie.
Oh, no, I thought I saw him say that he did like Evil
Oh, he
Dead.
did Evil
Or
Dead
maybe that
today.
was bonus. I thought he said maybe something about bonus on it.
Yeah, he's doing these bonus blood episodes on Sunday. We're doing one coming up. We're doing Necromantic on his channel. It's like I've never seen it. I'm super excited.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it either, though. Yeah, well, I'm curious to what he would have thought of this, especially the ending. I don't know if he's a big alien guy. I know Necromancer. You said Necromantic.
Yeah, that's the one that John Waters talks about a lot. It's like about necrophilia and shit. It's supposed to be pretty gnarly.
K. Necromantic with a K.
It's on Shudder right now. Yeah. My buddy has it at his video store. Big Mix Video. Y'all go check it out if you're in Huntsville, Alabama.
Directed by your butter.
I'll send you some pictures, Dylan. You'll love it, dude.
Yeah, I bet, bro. So I wish we had something like that. That'd be sweet. But they ain't really got nothing like that in my area. I don't know. I just said that's definitely like that's a solely owned shop by him. I feel like people that do that nowadays, they get like their own collection and then they put it like in the shop.
That's what this is. It's my homie's collection. Dude, he rents Laserdisc out, man.
I could never do that. I'd be like, you motherfuckers, if I see a scratch on my disc. I could see why he ain't giving motherfuckers the real case or the slipcover. He's like,
well, dude, we think we got some great movies, man. We think we got badass collections. He's got 18,000 movies, man.
18,000. Holy
yeah.
Shit. Look, I was highly entertained by Romulus. I thought he was gonna say I hated the third act. Yeah. He didn't hate the third act.
Verno doesn't always have to be right, but I still love him. So
well, he didn't say he loved it though. He just didn't hate it. So yeah, we hated it. So
yeah, a week from Thursday will be my first appearance on Verno's show for Horror Fest. We're doing Candyman, so I'm very excited for that.
Oh, that's always a good one. But yeah, he said he's not.
And I know that next week you're doing Trilogy of Terror, but the next time I'll be here for Dylan's horror show for Horror Fest will be Death Machine, because I've never seen that movie. And I'm really excited for it. That's like 2 weeks, I think. Horror. 2 weeks out.
Yeah. That's actually Scarpad's pick.
Nice. I'm excited to check it out, man.
Yeah, it's got a Kino Blu-ray that it was only like $13 or something, and it has like 3 different cuts on it.
Which cut are you doing?
I don't really think it really matters, but I'm sure I will probably just do like the theatrical just to make it easier, because especially if like you don't buy it, you know what I mean?
I only watch the theatrical, so I'm gonna watch one of the other ones, but
yeah, I don't think I watched the theatrical, but I think they're all pretty much the same shit, to be honest. You know, some just have a.
No, I mean there's
one that had like 20 extra minutes.
Yeah, the international one's like 22 minutes longer. So
yeah, but it obviously
doesn't mean to make it any better, but
yeah. But,
well, if it's $13, that might be worth it. So, yeah, but I've heard I just covered a movie that's done by the same guy. Who did that movie?
Yeah, I forget the guy's name.
Oh shit! Of course, I think it's sold out on Amazon. You have to try to see if it's anywhere else.
Oh, it's Stephen Norton, the guy who did Blade, the first Blade movie.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, he did Blade, and I was like, "Holy shit, bro!"
We won't mention that he also did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but he did Blade. So,
but Brad Dourif and Richard.
And let me just say this. I'm going to say this too. I know Robbie's a big Blade fan. And I was told I was crazy, but I still say so. I finally got to see Wolverine and Deadpool, and Wesley Snipes can still do it. I don't know why they're looking at anybody else. The dude,
I agree,
still rocked, still kicked ass. They should have just brought him back, and the movie would have been out by now.
It's time to finally make a good I Am Legend movie.
Right.
Yeah.
They've tried 3 times.
Oh yeah, but come on, you can't do better than Charlton Heston, the Omega Man, man.
I don't know. Do you think that's better than the Vincent Price one?
No, the Vincent Price one is the best.
Yeah, Last Man on Earth, right?
But Charlton Heston, man, is cool. He's sitting there swilling drinks and he's got a shotgun. He's picking them off.
No. I
Still a
want
good one.
another. I want one more Wesley Blade movie because we got to finish the trilogy, right? They only did 2 Blade movies. So
No, they did 3, but
no, they
don't
only
like the
did
third
2.
one.
So we got to.
but no, he was still great in that in Deadpool. And I want to see. I want to see again. The other thing, I know you mentioned this too. I started watching the Wolverine the other night. I haven't finished it. That's one where he's in Japan.
Yeah,
I think you've seen that, right?
Silver Samurai and all that shit.
Now I was looking at IMDb, and they show that Wade Wilson is in there being played by the same actor. Was he in that?
I don't remember him on the Wolverine. He's an X-Men Origins Wolverine, but
Really? I have to check
He's an
again.
X-Men Wolverine Origins for sure.
Oh, he is?
oh yeah, and that movie sucks, dude.
X-Men Origins.
It's like the worst X-Men movie. Well,
Well, which
It's
one
not.
has
Deadpool
Which-
stuff in it.
which one has the guy who played Ray Donovan?
That one.
that's X-Men Origins Wolverine.
He was pretty good though. The guy who played Ray.
I like
was-
that
yeah,
one.
Liev Schreiber was a great Sabretooth, man.
That
Yeah.
wasn't a horrible movie. You didn't like it?
No,
I
I'm gonna
liked
be
it.
watching it.
I like
you remember
it.
Deadpool in that movie?
I don't.
He looked like
He
Baraka
doesn't
from
look
fucking
like
Mortal
Deadpool.
Kombat.
He plays Deadpool, but he's not burnt. He looks like just Ryan Reynolds, and like with
And at the end, he like his mouth
And
is
then he
sewn
gets-
shut and
they
all that
sew
shit.
his mouth shut, and he looks ugly as fuck.
I never knew that he was in a movie before he played Deadpool in the other movie.
Oh no, that's his first appearance as Deadpool, man.
Yep, because
Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way, was great.
He's
great
a huge
movie.
fan of
Yeah, it
Deadpool.
was good.
He's been trying. He's been trying to get Deadpool made for like probably I'd say like 15, 20 years before.
Dude, just like Channing Tatum's been trying to get a Gambit movie made, and I'm glad they never made it because it made a funnier bit in this movie,
Yeah.
dude.
They were
Gambit
just
cracked
saying that
up
he's
with
talking to
fucking-
Marvel now about getting a Gambit movie, but
I don't understand you, brother.
Who is your dialect coach? The Minions? I don't know who
Yeah.
my daddy was, but I bet I come out of his right of his dick. I came out of his dick ready. He went straight from his
That
movie
movie had.
mama's oven and popped out and said, "What's up, Doc?"
I gotta watch and count the
What's
number
the-
of F bombs
the
in that
one
movie because it
that's
had to be the
all
most of any other movie, right?
the one that's
Yep,
all over
bombs.
TikTok now is I'm gonna make a name for myself.
Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself here. Feels like I've been here forever.
Going back, one more thing I forgot to say about Alien Romulus too. I don't know how you guys felt, but I saw that in a XD theater,
I watched it in
And
IMAX.
Me too.
and it was the
XD
loudest,
shit.
the loudest movie I've ever heard in my life. It was,
Wasn't loud for me.
it was painfully loud, painfully. But I think it was the theater because I went back and saw Deadpool in a non-XD, and they had that thing cranking, and the speakers were like distorting. They were so loud. So I think it's my theater. So
You could just be getting older, Scar.
no, man. Well, especially at the end where they do the music has that, just noise.
Sound design when I went and saw
You
it in the
hate to see
IMAX,
Cuckoo
the
then.
sound was amazing.
It was
Sound
good. It was loud, but good.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that will wrap it up, my boys. So definitely check out Robbie's stream tomorrow for Curse of the Werewolf. Go check out Happy Death Day double feature for Verno, I believe probably Thursday. And then we'll be back here Sunday night for Trilogy of Terror. And check out Scarpad, man. Always doing some Discord movie watch alongs on his Discord. So I'm sure you can get that somewhere on Instagram or whatever. I forget. I'm pretty sure it's just Scarpad's domain, but yeah. So throw him an invite if you ever want to drop down and watch some of the classics with Scarpad and Two Gun and all the homies. So yeah. Thank you guys as always for coming and hanging out on a Sunday night, and appreciate you dropping in, Robbie, after your stream. And we'll see you, I guess, for Death Machine. And we will see you. Me and Scarpad will see you guys next Sunday for Trilogy of Terror. So appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.